lovely people, it's a great time to be alive, like I always say. My name is Sofa, and the minute you see me, you know it's time for a great conversation. It's time for Thread Special, and today I have with me an amazing person, someone I know that you'd love to hear from and you'd love to get great insights from. I have a cinematographer, a producer, editor, director by name Kobina DeGraft Johnson. I hope I pronounced your name right.
You definitely got the name right. You know, most people tend to, mess up the Kobina, but you got it right.
Are you fancy?
Yes, me a fancy.
Yes, I'm assuming me a fancy. That's how come I got it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Lovely to have you on our Thread Special.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. I'm excited about the conversation because film is something that I'm personally, excited about because I'm an actress myself. But I want us to get into the conversation. Can you give us a brief overview of, your career, your journey so far in the industry?
Okay, so just not to make the story super long, but on my journey, I started out as an accountant, doing accounting, working as an accountant. And then as I grew my career, I just had this creative passion to really explore. And the exploration came through photography. And through photography, it evolved into video and then slowly evolved into film. And since then, I've worked with Vogue, I've worked with BET, I've worked with Brussels Airlines, I've worked with other directors and created shows that are streaming on All Black streaming channel. I've created a short film named Barely Made that won an award at the London Pan-African Film Festival in 2023, and currently we are working on our feature film, which is King of Tema.
Wow, that is awesome. Now we're going to get into the details of how you got to work with all these people, but what has the journey been like for you? Has it been a difficult one? Did it begin in Ghana before you stepped out, or you stepped out into the diaspora to search for your dreams and that's where you found them?
Okay, great question. So I think as a child, I've always been curious with taking photos. So it started definitely in Ghana taking photos, but it really exploded when I came, to the States. And that's when it really, took shape. So, and as far as being difficult, I think with anything that you are passionate about, there is definitely going to be challenges. So it's just a matter of just, like pushing forward and just, believing in what you do and making sure that you do the work. And I think at the end it shows with the results.
Yeah, definitely. Now, rising through the ranks and getting to the state of cinematographer and, producing your own stuff, that's definitely a great thing. Congratulations to you. But I want us to talk about, the film scene in Ghana. What do you think about the film industry in Ghana? And also comparing it with some of the productions that you've been on in the diaspora.
I think the film scene in Ghana is really, really great, honestly. I think I do hear a lot of my peers say there is no industry in Ghana. And
yes.
I tend to disagree because we get great productions from great filmmakers. We get to watch, like Kumawood movies. I love Kumawood movies.
Okay.
And because the thing is, at the end of the day, they're telling a story. The medium of it, you might, you could question it, but they get the job done. So there is something that is continuing to grow, and I think it will grow to get to where we need it to be. But with film, it takes time, and we can't just jump from 0 to 100 without going through these steps. So I think we have a growing industry, and I think a lot of people should more so look at the industry as a growing industry versus it does not exist,
Yeah, I definitely get that. Now, what are some unique aspects of our industry that you feel like distinguishes us from other film industries, especially in Africa? And what do you think we can do as a growing industry in order to make it a better one?
I think what distinguishes us is who we are, like who we are, our locality, our local language, our culture. you can't take that from us. So that is who we are in our, you know what I mean? Like that's who we are. Because when you look around the other countries, like in Japan or Spain or Italy, they do a lot of great films in their local language, and that is what crosses over. So for us, we have the advantage because if you want jollof rice, you get jollof rice in its authentic self in Ghana. You don't, get it from like a microwavable type of thing. So I feel like staying in our local stories is what will separate us, because it's not, Ghana is only one country in the world, right? So our stories, it's very unique, and it's almost like a monopoly. So we can be able to use that to go global, but it just has to meet certain quality standards for it to separate itself.
Yeah, definitely, I get that. But we're in the space where perception is very important when it comes to industries. Bollywood has a great perception about its film industry. Hollywood has the same thing, and Nollywood is also doing that with this. But when it comes to the Ghanaian movie industry or the movie scene over here, Kumawood movies, which you're saying you love or you enjoy to watch, are looked down upon. What do you think we can do, or what do you think the problem is with regard to us not exactly loving the content that we put out? Because it's great content, and like you said, that's what makes us unique. Do you think it's possible to fix that? Because I think that's the actual problem here. People are unable to appreciate the great things we put out, and they're usually waiting for the validation to come from outside before they agree that, oh, this is a great movie, or this is a good Kumawood movie, or this is a good Ghanaian movie, if you get what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do get what you were talking about, and I don't know if there's a straight answer for how you can get the people to appreciate stuff. But I think with art and with a lot of creative things, most of the time it's appreciated elsewhere first before it gets appreciated by where it started. And I don't know why that is, but it's something that we have to just be able to create great quality. And most of the time the creatives, the filmmakers, the musicians, they are ahead of the curve, and then the rest of the world catches up. So I think it's just, we have to continue to create great quality and making sure that we are able to share it with the rest of the world. And when the world appreciates it, I mean, everybody else tends to follow.
Definitely, I agree with that. Now, in getting the whole world to follow, how do you see the role of the Ghanaian movie industry, getting movies out there and crossing international borders? Do you think that's possible with our stories or with our storytelling?
Yes, it's very possible. So during my years of just being in film and seeing how film is done over here, it's all falls down to who's your audience. When you make a film, who's going to watch it? And I've come to realize that to my knowledge, I don't know a distributor that is solely focused on kind of like bringing African content to the States so that they can have the audience watch it. So we have certain films that will make it out, but we don't have the local films that will come out, and then you'll be able to go watch it. Like, I feel like once, say I'm throwing something out there, like on Independence Day for 2025, we should be able to screen I Told You So in America, like in a local place, so that it can create community. You know what I mean? Because that's what we need. We need to start building the community around our films versus just, throwing it out there and expecting to find, some random audience. But it's like literally, sometimes you might have to start with 50 people in a room, and if they have a great time, they will go and next time bring other people, and then we can build from there. You can expand and amplify.
Great, definitely. I totally agree with that. I feel like I've drilled you enough about the industry. I want to know what you're up to. You mentioned that you're working on a few projects, and I see that you're in a shirt that boldly says King of Teman. So would you like to enlighten us on some of the things you're working on right now?
Yeah, so for sure. So for me, I'm very big on local content, meaning like just local stories that, we relate to from where we come from, because I feel like sometimes we want to tell great stories, but at the same time, it's not relatable to the people that we're telling it to.
Exactly.
So King of Tema, is about a story that follows Pac. We see, his mother is sick, she has cancer, and he's looking to raise money to save his mother. And he goes around family, friends asking for money. He doesn't get it, so he reaches out to his best friend Charles, who is in the streets, to help him get some fast cash. And that journey becomes, the bulk of the film, where we see him doing things that normally he wouldn't do to raise money. So that film is in production, and we will actually be producing it this September.
Okay, so will that be scenes shot in Ghana? Is the setting in Ghana? Aside Ghana, are there any other settings that we'll be looking at?
Yeah, so for the most part, the bulk of the film, like I'm big on Tema, so the bulk of the film,
okay,
because my idea is, I'm from Tema, you know what I mean? So everything I do, I have to find a way to bring money to Tema. So I definitely want to produce in Tema, spend the money in Tema, and keep the money in Tema. So our actors, our crew, everything will happen in Tema. And I think it also allows us in film to be able to show Tema to the rest of the world visually. Yeah. So it's really gonna explore Tema, because I know a couple of my friends that live outside of Tema say when they come to Tema, they don't understand why the community is.
Oh, I'm on the same page. Why?
Yeah, so it's like it just gives us the chance to explore why certain things, and then it also gives us a little history about Tema, because the movie is not just about that story. It allows you to learn more about the Tema. Because I'll tell you this, the guy that designed the Tema, his name is Theodore S. Clark, and he was the very first architect in Ghana.
Wow.
So yeah, he was the very first one. So we want to be able to add more information, education, and entertain with our story.
I get that. That'll definitely be great. I mean, because I'm learning now that was the very first architect in Ghana, and he, designed the state, or Tema, as we all know, and that's beautiful. But I want to find out, have auditions been done already? Can people reach out to join the movie? Are you still looking for a few more crew members? And when exactly are we going to get to see King of Tema?
So King of Tema is in two parts. The very first part, originally it started out as a series, and we produced one episode. But then along the way, we realized that the story can be much better told in a movie. So now we pivoted into a movie, and that will happen this September. In regards to casting and production, we are, as we speak, putting plans together to get more cast and more crew. So all that information will be coming out like in the following weeks, to the other production company. I'm also big on collaboration, because I think collaboration is our key to be able to take film to the next step, because film takes a village to create something quality. Agree. But I feel like when it comes to collaboration, we have so much that we can do in that space, and I want to use my project as a base to continue to grow in collaboration.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so excited for all those who are going to get roles and business when this movie comes to town. All the best, kudos to yourself and your team. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time. I would have loved to delve into the finance and all of that, but this will be premiered when it's done, right?
Yes, it would definitely, and the premiere would definitely, of course, be in Tema first, because it's
okay. That's a new one.
Yeah, okay. It's that's the way it has to go, and then after that, we just bring it to the rest of the world.
I'd love to come through to watch.
Definitely, when we in town, we'll definitely reach out, and then we'll make a great effort to get the word out there about our auditions, and because we want everybody to be a part of it. We're looking for new talent, raw talent, just people that are passionate about film to be able to join us. yeah, that's what we're looking for. Passionate people that can really bring the story to life.
Yes, I definitely get that. So like I said earlier, all the best to you. You're doing amazing. And I'm excited that, we're going to have a great Ghanaian movie that people can also look at and say, okay, Ghana is getting there, or we're in that growth phase and we're moving forward, and progressing. Thank you so much for talking to us, Kobina.
No, thank you so much for having me. And definitely, yes, we are in a growing industry. So when you ever talk to someone that says that it does not exist, just give them a little correction that it's growth.
I definitely will do that. I'll keep spreading the word. Thank you so much for coming on here. Hopefully we get to see King of Tema very, very soon.
Thank you and have a good day.
Good night. This has been an amazing conversation with cinematographer, editor, and director Kobina DeGraft Johnson. King of Tema is coming to your screen soon. Now, it's going to be heavily based in Tema, so I'm sure everyone in Tema who's listening or watching me would be really excited because this one is for you. My name is Sofa. I came your way with another great conversation. I'll do this once I get the opportunity again. But till then, have a great day. Adios. Bye.